Welcome to the English Mic, Jasveer's podcast. Level up your English, make your impact last.
Do you often find yourself saying yes when every fiber of your being wants to say no? In the corporate world, this isn't just uncomfortable, it can cost your time, focus, and influence. Today, we're exploring the art of saying no with poise, strategy, and confidence. You'll discover practical phrases, proven techniques, and subtle approaches to protect your priorities, assert boundaries, and communicate decisively, all while maintaining professionalism and respect. By the end of this episode, navigating requests and managing expectations will feel not just manageable, but empowering.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something really essential, I think, for anyone in the corporate world.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
It's basically how to say no without, actually saying no.
The invisible no.
Yeah.
That's a big one. It's tough.
It really is. And, we've looked through all the articles and research you shared, and there are some fantastic insights there. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because in the corporate world, just saying a flat no, well, it can feel like a career-limiting move, can it?
Definitely. There's often that pressure.
Right. We've all been there. Your brain's screaming, no way. But what comes out is like, sure, happy to help.
Exactly. And the sources you provided really highlight that conflict,
Yeah.
This pressure to always be available, always say yes.
Uh-huh.
But then there's the very real need to protect your time, your focus, your capacity.
So it's not about dodging work.
Not at all. It's about strategic communication. It's about being professional. And it really makes you wonder, how do you strike that balance? How do you navigate it without, upsetting people or burning yourself out?
Burnout. Yeah, that came up a lot.
It's a major factor. Consistently saying yes when you can't deliver leads straight there.
Right. And that's where this deep dive gets really practical, I think. Our mission today is to pull out these advanced phrases, these techniques we found in the source material, phrases that let you sound confident, really diplomatic, and actually protect your time and, honestly, your reputation, all without that blunt no.
So like actual tools people can use.
Exactly. Smart tools. Advanced English phrases that make you sound professional, not difficult. Phrases that help you manage your deliverables. That word came up a lot.
Deliverables, yes.
So yeah, get ready for some real clarity here. I remember reading, I think it was in one of the articles, about this manager, super smart, mid-level, who just got completely buried because she always said yes. And eventually she missed this huge client deadline. Not because she wasn't capable, just overload.
Wow. Yeah, that's the risk.
That's the real cost, isn't it? And we've all had that scenario play out, right? You're in the zone, focused, maybe a deadline's looming, and then boom, your manager or maybe a colleague drops some urgent new thing on you, completely unexpected.
And your gut reaction is just, seriously.
Totally. Your brain screams, no way. But then those ingrained habits kick in. The company culture, maybe. It just feels impossible to say no directly.
It really does. That pressure to be the team player, the can-do person.
Even if it means your other work suffers, or you're totally stressed out.
And if we zoom out, like the sources suggest, you see it's often baked into the culture. Many workplaces kind of unintentionally discourage saying no directly.
Right. It's like an unspoken rule.
Exactly. And the behavioral studies we looked at, they confirm it. These diplomatic phrases become, well, not just nice to haves, but essential tools.
Essential for just navigating the day-to-day expectations.
Yeah, for setting boundaries that actually get respected, not resented.
Yeah.
And making sure you can actually deliver on what matters most.
Okay, so the big question. How do you do it? How do you reframe things or redirect without sounding like you're just shirking responsibility?
Well, that's where the toolkit comes in.
Yeah, our deep dive into your materials really pulled out some great phrases, strategies that just kept popping up from these communication gurus.
Okay, let's hear them.
Let's dive into some specific examples. These could honestly change how you handle these situations. All right, first up, this one's really effective. At full capacity.
Here.
So picture this. Boss walks over or pings you. Hey, can you take on this new project? Need it today. It's a big one.
The classic drop everything request.
Right. Instead of stammering or just saying, I'm busy, you try this. Host speaker in character. I'd love to help, but I'm currently at full capacity.
That sounds different.
How so? What makes it work?
Well, the insight here, I think, is how clearly it signals a boundary. A professional boundary. It's not emotional, it's factual.
More definitive than I'm busy.
Way more. Busy can mean anything. At full capacity implies you're strategically managing your workload. It's about resource allocation. Your time being the resource.
Okay, so it frames it differently.
Exactly. What's fascinating, and what the management articles pointed out, is that it subtly trains people. They start seeing you as someone who manages their workload strategically, not just someone who takes orders.
So it builds a reputation.
Yeah, for reliability.
Mm.
For smart resource management. That's actually a career booster.
Okay, that makes total sense. It's not personal, it's structural.
Mm.
But what if you use it too much? Like, what if you're always saying you're at full capacity?
That's a really good point. And it's actually useful information.
How so?
If you genuinely are always at full capacity,
Mm-hmm.
saying so becomes data for your manager. It signals, hey, maybe my workload needs looking at, or maybe we need to delegate, or even, is the team big enough?
So it opens up a different conversation.
Precisely. It shifts from, I can't do this, to, let's look at the overall workload. Becomes a systemic issue, not a personal refusal.
Yeah.
And good organizations actually value that kind of transparency.
Right. The goal isn't to always use the phrase, but to use it honestly when it applies.
Exactly. It's a tool for managing expectations.
Okay, powerful stuff. Now, moving on, let's talk timelines. The deep dive also flagged circle back is really useful.
Circle back, a corporate classic.
Right. So, scenario. Manager comes over, need this report done by today, sudden ask, you're already swamped.
Yep. Familiar, host speaker, in character. This sounds important. Can we circle back on this after I wrap up the quarterly review?
See, it's not a no, but it's not a yes either. How does that work differently than just, like, can we talk later?
Well, you hit it there. It implies the task is important.
Okay.
Circle back suggests commitment, not just pushing it off. The communication studies we saw really emphasize this. It's deferral with commitment.
So you're acknowledging its value.
Right. You're saying, yes, this deserves attention, but my current priority is X. Let's schedule time for this important thing soon. It positions you as organized, proactive.
Not evasive.
Exactly, not evasive. You're managing the timeline strategically.
Yeah, and you kind of regain control of your schedule a bit without making waves.
Okay, smart. Next up, strategic redirection with the word leverage.
Ooh, leverage, another good one.
So someone asks, maybe your boss, can you sort out this client issue? It's sensitive, you're good at this stuff. But maybe it's not really your patch, or someone else is actually the expert.
Right, it's not quite in your lane. Host speaker, in character. I might not be the best fit for that directly, but maybe we could leverage the client success team for this one.
Yeah. See, using leverage there, from a broader view, it signals strategic thinking.
How so?
You're thinking about resource allocation across the team or company. You're not saying, no, I won't solve the problem. You're saying, here's the optimal way to solve the problem, using the right resources.
So you're still focused on the solution.
Absolutely. The leadership stuff we review confirms this. It positions you as solution-oriented, strategic, even if you aren't doing the task yourself. It's about using resources smartly. It just sounds capable.
Yeah, it does. It's like problem solving at a higher altitude. You're not just deflecting, you're directing traffic effectively. That feels like a valuable skill.
It really is.
Okay, now for a real power combo. Phrase 4 involves using prioritize and deliverables together.
Yes. This one's crucial when you're overloaded.
Totally. Imagine you get 2 tasks, both seem urgent, both critical, and the boss says, need both done by end of day. And, realistically, doing both well is unlikely.
Quality will suffer somewhere. Host speaker, in character. Okay, got it. To make sure I deliver quality work on these, which one would you like me to prioritize? I want to manage my deliverables effectively.
So what's happening there? It feels less like pushback and more like clarification.
Exactly. You're not saying I can't. You're saying, help me do this right.
Right. And you're using that word deliverables.
Which, as those project management articles highlighted, is corporate gold. It means the specific outputs. It sounds professional and focused.
And the prioritize part.
That cleverly shifts the responsibility back. You're asking the manager to make the strategic call. They decide the order. They set the priority.
Which manages expectations for everyone.
Precisely. You're ensuring clarity. They understand you can't magically do everything at once to the highest standard, and you're committed to delivering quality on their stated priority.
It forces them to think about what's actually most important to.
It does. It leverages that core leadership idea. Clear priorities drive results. You're not just managing your time, You're helping the team focus and avoiding that tyranny of the urgent thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. It protects your ability to do good work.
And it builds a better relationship, actually, one based on realistic expectations.
Okay, love that one. Finally, number 5. For stuff that's genuinely not your job, the word is scope.
Scope. Very important for role clarity.
So imagine the boss says, hey, can you also manage the finance audit this quarter? You're great with details. And maybe you are, but finance audits are not your job.
Way outside your area of responsibility. Host speaker, in character. Thanks for thinking of me. That actually falls a bit outside my current scope, but is there another way I could support the team on this? See, scope is such a precise professional word here.
It feels very defined.
It does. It links back to that theme of role clarity we saw in the career development sources. You're saying, I understand my job, and this isn't it, but
you're still offering to help in a way that does fit.
Exactly. You're defining your boundary clearly, professionally, diplomatically, but you're not shutting down. You're still being a team player where it makes sense. It maintains the integrity of your role.
Okay, so pulling all this together, let's unpack the main idea here, the golden rule that sort of emerges from all these techniques, it seems to be. Don't just give a flat no. Find a way to redirect or reframe or ask for reprioritization. That way you're not just refusing. You're actively managing things, your tasks, your time expectations. And that protects your time, obviously, but also your reputation. It's about being agile, right? Not avoidant.
Absolutely. And this connects to a really fundamental point about work dynamics, something underscored in those organizational behavior reports you sent, which is clarity builds respect. People might not be thrilled in the moment to not get an immediate yes, but in the long run, they will respect your professionalism, your clear communication, your ability to manage expectations.
More than if you just say yes and then fail.
Way more.
Yeah.
Overcommitting and under-delivering erodes trust. Being clear, setting boundaries, managing your capacity. That actually builds respect and demonstrates professional integrity. It's also, frankly, about self-preservation.
That's a really good point. So what does this mean for you listening? Here's a challenge. Seriously. Try this out. Just pick one. Pick one of these phrases we talked about. And next week, in a meeting, an email, even just a chat with a colleague who asks for something, use it. See what happens.
Whether it's, I'm at full capacity right now, or can we circle back on that? Or even, that sounds like it might be outside my current scope.
Yeah. Just try one. Trust us. You'll likely sound and feel more professional and more in control.
And connecting this back to the bigger picture. Mastering this kind of invisible no, it isn't just about getting out of tasks you don't want to do.
Right.
It's really a fundamental skill. It's for sustainable work, for having a long career without burning out.
Because it lets you focus.
Exactly. Focus on the work that's truly impactful. It prevents that constant low-level stress and overload, and it actually elevates how people see you as strategic, reliable, someone who manages things well. The self-management stuff we read consistently links smart communication to better results and better work-life balance.
Couldn't agree more. So as we wrap up this deep dive, maybe just think about this. How often have you said yes when everything inside you is screaming no? And what was the hidden cost? On your energy, your focus, maybe even how people saw your reliability. What could your work life look like if your no became, well, invisible, but also incredibly powerful?
That's a great question to ponder.
Because ultimately, corporate success, it isn't just about working harder, is it? It's so often about communicating smarter.
Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe for more English power and fluency. The mic is off, but your voice goes on. Stay confident, stay expressive.